That's weird. Why did that what I could have sworn we had a few more moments. Guess it really did take that long to repeat why. Anyways, welcome back to another video. I am fighting the Drunken Paul of the Play of the East. And oh wow. I doubt.
자, 알고 있는 걸 전부 말해.
Well, Seishun survived that. What will happen? We're gonna find out soon enough.
앞에 나선 보람이 있었구려.
You saw you
그
weren't
어느
even there.
때보다 뜨겁게 타올랐어. 이 건법도 제법 손에 익은 듯하오.
총은 수지 타산에 맞게 한 발에 한 놈씩.
More sea branches, eh?
딱히 할 말은 없네요.
Just more fuel for the fire.
만만찮겠군. 언니, 하지.
제게
한 점만 노린다.
거잖아요.
좋아, 탄하구만.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
아르카나 비.
숨통 끊겨.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 달린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
이번에야
상황이 유리해졌네요.
이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
이렇게 할 수 있으면서 지금까지 그러지 않았던 건 주어진 일이 아니었기 때문인가요?
만만찮겠군. 언니, 하지.
그 삶에 마침표를 사선이 비었어요.
공로
하늘로 정의 이름으로. 제압 개체가 흔들리고 있어. 다들 조금만 더 힘내자.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그러면 망설여져놓고 그 삶에 마침표를 사선이 비었어요.
제압 효과가
공로
굉장히 좋아.
지원한다.
기록적인 피해량인 것 같아.
개체들의 체력이 많이 꺾여 나갔어.
사선이 비었어요.
제로하는 게
공로
느껴지지 않아?
지원한다.
이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
부탁한다. 공로.
여긴 맡겨주세요.
개체에게 일격을 가하는 데 성공했습니다. 샴페인을 가져오기엔 너무 이른 타이밍이긴 하겠지만 이 전투가 성공적으로 끝나면
만만찮겠군.
모두의 희생을 기리며 식별을 드는 것도 나쁘지 않겠죠.
깔끔한 헤드샷.
제압 개체에게 템페이 준것 같아. 그건 완벽한 공격이었어.
간다. 공로.
여긴 맡겨주세요.
사랑으로 정의 이름으로.
Alright, I'm just gonna mention
직전의
that the
공격처럼
fact that it went
개체에게
from
치명적인
Limbus
일격을 가해봅시다.
company characters to freaking these guys, Library of Runa guys, and ending with Dawn from Lobotomy Corporation, that battle scene was weirdly cinematic. Nice.
타겟 포착 1시 방향.
틈새 이제 깨우치시길. 적에게 치명상을 입혔군요. 관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을 갖추고 있다고 제가 늘 말씀드렸죠.
제 옆에
저는
있는
언제나 옳은 말만 한답니다.
잘했어. 스페리트
나갈
당연한
수
걸 한
없어.
것 가지고 굳이 칭찬할 필요 없어. 사랑으로 정의 이름으로.
개체가 다소 불리한 조건에 놓여 있습니다. 이 기회를 효과적으로 노려보죠.
타겟 포착 1시 방향.
거쳐
죽어.
이제야 회사가 정상으로 돌아갔네. 이번 제압은 끝이야.
너희들도 고생 많았어. 티페리트, 너도.
언젠가 우리도 모든 게 끝날 때가 오면 좋겠네.
의뢰비랑 보호수당에서 사용한 탄환값을 빼면 아, 오늘은 제사비로 손해를 메울 필요가 없네요.
착수.
바람처럼 가볍지만 꽃처럼 화려한 바람처럼 가볍지만 벌처럼 날카롭게. 전부 돈이라고. 더 이상 두렵지 않아. 꽃처럼 화려한 바람처럼 가볍지만 벌처럼 날카롭게. 지도자라면 동료를 포기하지 않아. 좋아, 구조를 파악했어. 봉황의 날개처럼. 그 해결사의 역경에 비하면
See, shoot! Now that's impressively sneaky. So they're not beasts of Hong-Yuan for nothing, eh? They just had to get between me and my people's spar. Huh? Master! Wait, you've been working for Jie Yuanshun this whole time? Haven't you known me long enough by now to tell, brief as our acquaintances have been, my service is but to no one but the bottle. To have all 12 masters squeezed into battle when things were just starting to get interesting is quite scorchous, don't you think? Yeah? And the master stabbing his people in the back isn't? Just as Sinclair and the Night Drifter were locked in an argument. The Haishu beasts who followed us into the room swung their purple arms at Jiashishun without hesitation. The slithering serpent arm, which suddenly extended into a considerable length. Haven't I already given you due complaint, my friend? We're stopped inches from Jiashishun's neck by the Night Drifter's arm, biting him instead. Eh, now that's one potent venom. I can feel it spreading through my veins. Listen here, snakes. Haven't I done you courtesy enough? Go back to your holes. I'll even give you an excuse you could give to your lord. Said you had to withdraw, as the Night Drifter of the Drunken Palm gone your way. We serve the same client. Might as well let me take all the blame for your failure, huh? But the Haishu wordlessly stood their ground. Fine. I didn't think you'd listen to someone who doesn't even hold your leash. Ooh, too bad, too bad. Well, I suppose this could at least make for a fair fight with all of her teachers being here and all. You? I don't ever recall ever teaching you to make a face like that in front of an enemy. Fine. It's not like stopping one attack makes you our ally. At least one of my pupils know what she's talking about. Perhaps I'll open myself a humble wogun here in Hongyu-1 once this contract is over.
상황이
나
유리해졌네요.
자신을 들여다봐야 해.
이렇게 할 수 있으면서 지금까지 그러지 않았던 건 주어진 일이 아니었기 때문인가요?
만만치 않겠군! 우린이 하지! 이용! 사랑으로! 정의의 이름으로! 이용!
부탁한다.
여긴 맡겨주세요. 그 삶에 마침표를! 사선이 비었어요.
공로 지원한다.
이번에야
너희도 이번
이
역경을
싸움을
헤쳐나가기만
끝내주겠어.
하면 능력을 기를 수 있을 거야. 비록 그 과정에서 희생이 나올 수 있겠지만 내가 세피라로서 너희가 죽지 않도록 도와줄게.
불가 위약 막아내지 못하리.
이래서 나아가는 게 치명상을 입은 직원이 있군요. 매일 말하는 거지만 모든 죽음은 의미가 없습니다. 손실을 극복할 수 있는 방법을 모색해 주세요.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
제대로 해. 그러다 죽어버리면 나를 택할 거잖아. 나를 나쁜 세피라로 만들려는 거야? 정신 안 차릴 거야?
여긴
직원이 거의
맡겨주세요.
반죽음 상태가 됐다고.
더 큰 사태로 번지기 전에 얼른 수습하는 게 좋겠어. 불가위야. 막아내지 못하리.
꽃처럼 화려하면 바람처럼 가볍지만 벌처럼 날카롭게.
직원 중 하나가 큰 피해를 입었군요. 그러나 아시다시피 우리는 앞으로 나아가기만 할 뿐 돌이킬 수 없어진 것은 눈길을 주지 않아도 된답니다.
모두가 너를 잊어도 반드시 되찾을 거다.
응급 상황에 처한 직원이 있습니다. 더 큰 손실로 이어지지 않도록 대처에 빠른 제압이 필요합니다.
화격검. 네, 잘 들어갔네요.
무형,
크게 의미 있는 성과는 아니지만
무명. 전부 찢어버리겠네! 니는 모두를 지켜.
불타버렸나?
개체가 불리한 조건에 놓여 있습니다. 저희에게 어떤 식으로 활용하면 좋을지 파악하며 임하도록 하죠.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
한 점만 노린다.
He was certainly a powerful foe, despite the casual way with which he carried himself. We'd already experienced a hint of his strength then, when he invaded our room during the Family Hierarch War and smoothly took out his target before leaving. There were slithering noises coming from above. More Haishu. We can't find him and the sea branch off at the same time. But if we were to try and create a distance between us and where the sea branch are waiting to strike us, the Night Drifter will definitely try to exploit that opening. Considering we had to keep Zishun safe, I wasn't sure how much longer we could hold out here. Is it hard to recall your training outside our lessons? Remember that your gaze is form as well. Your enemies will take notice if you don't constantly eye at the door like a novice. See? The snakes have already mobilized to close off that exit. You're stalling until the Hayashi packs of the Family Hierarch arrive. Your strategies and thoughts are as plain as day. I see. That's why. These snakes are so impatient to complete the deed and slink back into their holes. The Night Drifter produced another tree branch from his clothes and quickly cast it towards the doorway behind which the Hayashi were gathered. And with a thwack, the heavy roof atop the large door instantly crumbled, bearing it and blocking off the snakes from entering. It was as though he hid an invisible weakness of the brickwork. I thought I'd given you snakes enough warning to head back. What are you doing? Why? The bumbling hierarch's promise to bring real change to Hangwon has given rise to a certain intrusive thought that was put to sleep long ago. Once upon a time, a blade fiend of an infamous syndicate earned himself the hollow honor of joining the 10 Blades of the East. Yet what use is all that if he cannot prevent his little girl from passing on for an old man on a restructuring day? The world averted its gaze from me, so I looked away from it in return. Leaving my rooms, my steel, I picked up a simple tree branch to be my sole companion as I drifted about the city. When I abandoned both my honor and name, all that remained was a life of living for the sake of living, nothing more. And I believe the same fate would doubtlessly come for the rotten land of Hangwon as well, just as it had for this useless drunk, devouring it in a surging darkness as the sun falls yonder. Yet, doubt reared its head for the first time. It is the rooster's cry that signals the night's end. Do you see? The sun rises even in Hangwon. Listen well, for your final lesson begins. Emptiness of sound. Keep the venom within and let it not leave your tongue. Emptiness of form. One who aims to bring change within these lands must do so without the knowledge of commune dungeons. Too lodged in wicked traditions see a better path. Emptiness of mind. In Hangwon, a land where even the sky lies out of sight, do not let your mind be too transparent. Do not let the Hayushu stray from your presence again, not even for a moment. Rule of fear is a detestable thing indeed, yet you will gain nothing by appearing like an easy mark. Yes, master. Then do what you must. It won't be very becoming of the hierarch of Hangwon to let live a failed assassin who dared to make an attempt at her life. Jieshi Shun wordlessly tightened the grip around her weapon. Very good. Emptiness makes for such a pleasant sight, doesn't it? The Night Drifter grinned, having caught the encroaching sense of death.
꽃처럼 화려한 바람처럼 가볍지 벌처럼 날카롭게
The night drifter stumbled. He smelled of pungent, bitter wine. When the unsieved dregs of old, cloudy wine settle and the bitter life is left behind, the clear, crisp waters shall spring forth, twinkling under the sun's apricity. He finally died. He's dead? He's finally died? Holy shit. I still think Zishun could have soloed them though.
의뢰비랑 보호수당에서 사용한 탄환값을 빼면
But what happened
아.
next?
오늘은 제사비로 손해를 메울 필요가 없네요.
The incident was quickly swept under the rug as independent actions of an anonymous, unaffiliated assassin only known as the Night Drifter. As he was not registered to any kind of life insurance plan, his body was buried amongst the many unnamed graves of Hangyuan. I hear that there was a rather unsavory incident at the most recent exam. I must say, it is fortunate that no important blood has been spilled during it. A nameless, faceless man infiltrating the living quarters of Dangyuan. I can only be glad that he met the deserved fate. Anyone who was at the site could attest to the fact that my guest and I were assaulted by Hayoshu's C branch as well. If anyone's going to be held responsible, don't you agree that the blame should fall squarely on whoever decided to send the snakes to that particular location at that specific time, Big Sister Yuan Shun? Huh, is that so? Yet they testify that their appearance was only to eliminate the drifter of the night who dared sneak into Dangyuan. Earlier than your own Hayoshu pack even. Yeah, not only did you get me a new master, in your impatience to see my growth, ask that same master to harm me. You've certainly outdone yourself, sister. He was nothing more than a Boris executioner of Hangyuan who was willing to do anything for money. I hope you won't be blaming your dear sister for the crime that man has committed independently out of his own violation. Zishun, I believe this reinforces my argument that people of Dangyuan aren't the only people here who believe that you are terribly out of your depth for the task. But Yanshun, I've learned so much thanks to you. Rest assured, I won't ever forget those lessons. I understand that many of you may be unhappy or frustrated with me. But you know what's an undeniable truth? That I'm still the legitimate victor of the family hierarch war. Sure, Big Sister Yuan Shun might know more about the details about Hangyuan's administration for now. She might fill your pockets for now, but in the long run, you know she does not have Hangyuan's best interests at heart. Inadequate I may be, but I'm still the chief executive director here at H Corp, and you, dear Big Sister, are a temporarily visiting outsider from Q Corp. As its hierarch, I know exactly what Hangyuan needs, and I will give the best of my efforts to bring my vision to this land to reality. A place where no one needs to live in fear. A place where one does not need to protect fear. Yes, that is my vision for Hangyuan, for H Corp. I never would have known a month ago that our hierarch had such vast ambitions. She's really saying that. The four great houses and I, we ruled and we knew this land like the back of our hands before you were even a fetus. Indeed, I could tell. I suppose that's why Dangyuan's growth never seemed to stop, while more and more people outside it seemed to be falling to their deaths from their homes with every restructuring day. Don't you know the plastic nature of humanity? People will get used to the shells when the heavens are shrouded. So if you won't cooperate with us, we will... No, I'm not the one who needs to cooperate. I'm the hierarch. Besides, your us is done. Respected members of the board, I believe I have clearly explained my will. Forget about all your under-the-table deals, and vote with your hearts. You seem very confident, Zishun. In case if you didn't know, winning those exams has nothing to do with guaranteeing the results of the vote of no confidence. Oh yeah? I don't know. At this point, the vote seems like a mere formality to me. On what grounds? Just a hunch, not that you'd understand. It's true. With how often she's changing the conditions of these tests and votes, we can hardly trust her to be consistent. That is indeed in stark contrast with the Hierarch, who promised 30 days of return time and met it precisely on the dot. It is clear which one of them should provide more stability for administrative purposes. Thus, the vote of no confidence began. I must have misjudged her in the past. She's not petty, she knows when to be serious, and I think she's got a good grip on the gravity of war without being consumed by the fear of it, and she remembered my name. With her eloquent strategic prowess and boldness, I believe that the current family hierarch is well qualified for her position. I also have faith that she will not ill-treat those of lower station than her. If she's got the handle of how to treat the heart of the smallest child, then I believe she has the capacity to tend to the hearts of those larger as well. While I would be remiss to judge so quickly, she has shown remarkable change and improvement over a short period of time. I say she is someone of rare talent we mustn't lose so easily. Shi Xixing, Shi Huazhen, Wang Xiao, and Wang Kuxin. Omitted, she's been at the center of all kinds of fun, entertaining events in the world as I lost and gained my neck. Just thinking about the amusement she'll bring as a family hierarch. Even Xu Pan, who shared his sentiment via a letter, voted against the motion of no confidence. Like I said, a mere formality. A state of crisis specifically refers to a situation in which the family hierarch is unable to perform their duties or is affected by serious physical or mental impairment. I am both sound of mind and body. I can handle all duties appertaining to the seat of the family hierarch, which means that your services are no longer needed here. Not that they ever were, big sister. Don't you think you've more than overstayed your welcome by now? Here I was, wondering what you were doing with this ragtag group of half-nitwit nobodies like your brother. I suppose you didn't spend the whole month lounging around. Very well. Savor this little victory for a while. I understand that it was a significant endeavor for you to attain it. Be safe on your way home, big sister. And please, do watch your health. You have always been a sickly child come winter, haven't you? Remember that the only way down is once you reach the peak. There goes the perfect opportunity to take control of Hong Yuan. But our time shall come. Hong Yuan without the Zanuan warm will fall behind and get crushed under the wheels of progress. Then, nothing. Bayo said that he smells no fragrance from me anymore. Don't let that linger on in your heart, little Bao Chai. Crawling in the mud alongside those lowly plebeians must have dulled his senses. Am I even useful to you anymore? Bayo won't come back. I can't make him come back. I understand that now. At least not. Come with me to Q Corp. Huh? But even my own family has cast me out. What could I possibly do? Have I not given you my word that I can make him return? The strategies of old say that one must stir trouble in the east and strike from the west. Now that trouble has stirred in H Corp, they will hardly have the wherewithal to fix their eyes upon the goings of Q Corp. When the time comes, your fragrance shall spread beyond H Corp to Bayou. I trust that he will never sit idly by when danger threatens Jia Zixun. But I've nothing. Poor little Bao Chai. Even you are blinded to the shadows cast by your own lamplight. Allow me to illuminate what use you may be to me. Worry not. I am your only remaining light, after all, aren't I? You are. With Zixun watching us with an oddly bashful look, we prepared for our departure from Dangyuan. Given that Misifoli still showed no signs of ever coming back, it seemed that we were to be assigned to various odd jobs around here for a short while, not to mention the news of distortions occurring in H Corp. We're finally leaving this place for real, huh? Zixun, we'll be heading out soon. Yeah, whatever. Get your butts out of here, please. Don't even think about looking back. Zixun exaggeratedly waved her hand to make us leave. Hey, If we ever get the chance, yeah, fat chance, I'm sure we're both more than have our fill of each other for this lifetime. Besides, I'll be too busy to go anywhere for a while anyway. Well then, if you ever need our help, our line's always open. Hey, I'm the family hierarch. Who needs whose help now? You truly wear authority well now. Speaking of which, you still have to stay here in Hangyuan, don't you? Did you find a place to stay? No, not yet. Why don't you just stay here for a little bit, instead of going out there and risk getting scammed? Hangyuan's open, you know. Oh my? For all that get out, go away, and don't even think about coming back, seems to me you were pretty sad to see us go, aren't you? Who said that? I'm just extending my generosity and giving you an opportunity to be more efficient. Remember your last attempt at finding a lodging here? The whole building melted away. Anyways, I'll let everyone know that your party is free to enter and leave Dangyuan whenever you want, so use it if you want. After pelting us with that rapid-fire answer without giving us a second to reply, she whipped around and left to join Y. Verily, to be an educator of another was a task most daunting. Did the last even teach a proper class? Oh, don't tell me her class consists of her showing off those figurine collections and forcing the students to sit through another one of them obscure lore summaries. Well, Heath, I sure hope you didn't let Sinclair completely walk over ya. I sure hope Rhodia didn't totally get shown up in her own area of expertise. Smoky Lass with a penchant for an aberration. How'd your classes go? Did you manage to teach him anything? Or did you abbreviate your way through the whole lesson? Man, speaking of which, I don't think I've seen you smoke in a while. N-S-I-F-O-K. Yeah, no smoking in front of kids. I remember you saying something about how it's totally against common sense to smoke in front of a kid. Speaking of which, you'd have some awesome tricks on your sleeve, Ryoshu. Never thought you'd know to do things like that. People learn when there is a need. Ever since the classes began, Ryoshu started looking far off into the distance with an odd expression. Sometimes she hummed a melody that we hadn't heard of before. Bummer we didn't get to sit in each other's classes. It would have been nice to see different sides of everyone. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about once we head back, huh? I wasn't really sure where I could possibly get started. Well, since Yishun's given us the option, let's head back to Hangyuan. You've seen them off with a surprising stoicism, my lady. Haven't you been repeatedly eyeing their departure date on the calendar over and over with a look that could just as well be mournful? Gosh, that's because I couldn't wait to get those freeloaders off my back. Well, now that now that their company has departed, I suppose peace shall reign over Dangyuan for a while. My lady, I believe you are now prepared to stand alone against whatever trial comes your way. Yeah, I know. I also know that I'll carry the lessons they've taught me in my heart for a long, long time. Thus comes the end of the spring cultivation. There's only one thing that comes after. Maybe after the Express Warp event, but all of y'all definitely know by now, probably, what comes after. I'll give you a hint. AK. Too slow. Anyways, if you have answered that, and if you guys guess what might come next is, well, it's the Arc Knights event, of course. I'll definitely see you guys for there. I mean, look at my lunacies. I've been saving up for a while for all of that. Anyways, so ends this for now. I'll see you next time when the next most important update comes to Limbus Company. Goodbye everyone goodbye everyone, I need to sleep, and have a good week. Oh yeah, Might do some Hollow Knight recordings too. Bye.